It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your two best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's Reality Alert.
Max, what a travesty. We never got to hear about Zach and Bliss's baby moon. What is going on?
I know, that was the number one thing that I thought that we were going to hear about, and it just didn't happen.
I was able to check off my bingo card that they talked about the Galileo name, so that was good. I really could have used a little more focus on their social media, though. Really,
I know. Why don't we go into like their new podcast, their new all of Zach when Zach and Bliss went to Dancing with the Stars? Like we only spent like 2 seconds on Zach and Bliss.
So sad.
It was a travesty.
But folks, if you're looking for that fix, just head on over to patreon.com/reality alert, because we spill the tea every week about all the social media happenings with all the Love is Blind couples.
We're actually just going to do a Zach and Bliss episode this week because it's probably the only stuff that's going to come out as we talk about Zach and Bliss.
It sounds like my worst fucking
nightmare. We're also going to do a history episode on Galileo and like the spirit of Galileo, cool. And then we're going to go into their baby's astrological chart, and we're going to analyze.
Now, is this the scientist Galileo, or are we talking about the I believe it's a character in Skyrim or something that he actually named it after?
Of course, the character in Skyrim.
Oh, okay. So the full history of that.
I think that's probably more in depth than the life of the of Galileo.
Right.
Yes. Of course.
Glad we could get all those updates from Zach and Bliss.
Yes. Oh, Snuffles wants to know if we're drinking Love is Blind. We both boofed Love is Wine before this started.
Yes. Yeah.
Right up our butts. Yeah. Well, what a reunion that was. I thought it was a little boring. And then when we got to Nick and Hannah, I was like, okay, that's
then
spicy.
It was cooking. Then it was
cooking. Then we got
It's weird that Nick got grilled harder than Tyler. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
What?
Dude, he said she was 5 out of 10.
That's much better than what he said her personality was. Come on. Come on.
Dude, he said she was 5 out of 10. Isn't that higher than she would have rated him, though? Like,
Yeah. Well,
in Hannah's eyes, Nick is 1 out of 10. So Nick would have been lucky to be with someone who's 5 out of 10.
So true. Yeah.
So maybe
Nick was simple math.
Maybe Nick was saying she's 5 out of 10, so this is really good for me.
Yes. I think you're on it right there.
But I'm really mad at Nick because all of these people went on Love is Blind with no hopes of being famous.
No, he's the only one.
They didn't know that show. They didn't know that there were going to be cameras.
Crazy.
They had absolutely no idea. They didn't even know there was going to be a reunion.
Marissa was shocked when she showed up and there were cameras.
She had no idea that Instagram existed. She had no idea.
They're all so pure of heart and so well-intentioned.
I love her energy. Okay.
I love it too.
I love
it so much that I'm going and clicking that follow button as fast as I can.
Okay, her energy is just amazing. Do you know what's really good about her energy? That really is a good green flag for her. Yeah. That she's best fucking friends with Hannah.
Yes.
Isn't that a good sign?
Yes.
Yes, that's good. So
it's always a good sign when you say, my best friend bullies me too.
Yeah, that's really good.
Me too.
So we learned this in social media. Her and Katie are in a best friend group, and they're all Hannah's 26, Marissa's 30. I'm pretty sure Katie is 34, and they call their friend group the trio.
Katie, Marissa, and Hannah.
They call their friend group the trio.
Well, that makes the comment from Marissa's mom sound odd, doesn't it?
Well, you were talking about Marissa's mom when she said like she made
you go through hell for a year.
Well, doesn't that kind of make sense
for Hannah's personality, or
yeah, well, it makes sense that like Marissa would put up with somebody like like Hannah.
Well, yes. Yeah.
You know what?
Absolutely.
Ramses had to break up with her, and Marissa is still like, it was a team. Like, you should have listened to me. Like, we could have worked on this. And it's like, why do you want to be with somebody that didn't want to be with you? He wasn't attracted enough to marry you, but you're still being like, we should be together. But the thing about isn't it weird that you're giving your friendship group an alliance name when you're an adult?
What is this, Big Brother?
Well, this is what it reminds me of. In my high school, there was a group of 9 girls in the grade above me, and they called themselves the 9.
Oh, no. Why?
Because there was 9 of them.
Wow. Okay.
So they called themselves the 9, and we all knew them as the 9, but we made fun of them. And, we were always like, oh, I want to be part of the 9, and then we can be the 10. You know what I'm talking about? So when I hear the trio, I'm like, that's pretty high school shit. Oh, Snuffles here. Snuffles 1994. My high school had the Pop 10. Okay, so for the Pop 10, was it the popular 10? Was it like the top 5 on my MySpace where you could get knocked off?
It had to be
10?
that. Yes.
Yes. The 9 was pretty, the 9. But with things like the 9, you really set yourself up to be ranked. We'd always rank who do we think is running the 9? Who do we think is the hottest of the 9? Who do we think would be the first to be eaten alive in the 9 if the 9 was on a desert island? You really set yourself up.
I was in the 1, Ben.
You were in the 1.
They just called me the 1.
Yeah,
and I thought it was because they thought I was cool like Neo from the Matrix.
That's very cool.
He's the 1.
It sounds like you're part of a prophecy.
I was a loner.
Yeah. Dude, you were going stag. Own that shit. Unlike the trio.
I was dodging bullets like nobody's business.
These are adult women who calling themselves the trio. And they're friends with Hannah, which is a massive red flag. But she's done a lot of work, okay? She's gotten a lot. I mean, she's done a lot of work. So that's what's going on here. Should we just get into it? Starting off, they tease a bunch of surprise guests who they already showed us.
Yes.
But
I was very excited for.
I was very excited about each and every one of them.
Yes.
So everybody comes out. The married couples are clearly together. Garrett has this flowing hair, an outfit that I was pretty sure he didn't pick out. We talked about.
He's a fashionista now.
He is a fashion. I didn't know that he had a latent interest in fashion.
I had no idea. Fishing and fashion.
Yes. We talked about how Vanessa Lachey's outfit in the first episode was maybe picked out by Derelict. I think that Taylor's outfit may have been inspired by Goldmember. That dress.
Yes.
I got a very Goldmember feeling about it.
I love it.
Very exciting.
Very Dutch.
Yeah, I was expecting a Shrek costume in honor of Halloween, and I was disappointed. Something from Shrek.
Why didn't her and Garrett come out with green painted face and bodies?
Yeah, I was like, he could be like in the Shrek musical, and he could be Lord Farquaad and walking on his knees.
Yes.
We have Jay Wait for It Money wants to know if you thought that it was pretty, Ben. Did you think that it was a pretty?
I thought it was pretty. Yes.
Ashley was wearing spiders on her shoulders. Was she doing a Black Widow thing? If you guys ask me if I'm delusional one more time, I will kill you. Do we think that is what she was doing?
With my venom.
Yeah.
Or she just knew that this would be aired around spooky season, and she was hoping to give people at home a fright.
I think she was like, I'm going to eat Tyler's secret children so we don't have to hear about them anymore. That's what she was thinking. I'm going to wrap them up. Ooh, Laura says those spiders were horrendous.
In a horrifying or because you're horrified by them.
Spooky.
They are scary.
They were really tacky. I
kept screaming at the TV, spider, spider. There's spiders on her. Somebody.
They should have had a trigger warning for arachnophobia. I thought it was really offensive.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it was fucked up. This is the first time we've had family members in the audience that provided no drama or purpose.
None.
I think they could have done a lot more. With,
Marissa's mom, I was expecting more out of her.
I know. We should have had her shit talking from a secret hideout.
Yeah.
The
producers should have put a knife under the pillow next to her, and then she discovers it midway through, and then we just see what happens.
So for Nick Lachey's Taylor Swift jokes that he made. He made a run of 3
Oh,
Taylor
did
Swift.
he? I didn't.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say Ben did.
I did not pick up on that.
When he made 3 puns, and then everybody kept groaning about blank space and stuff like that.
Blank Space is a Taylor Swift song?
Yes, he made 3
Okay.
Taylor Swift puns. What did you clock that as?
Nothing. I just
Nothing. Yeah, he
I
made
just
3.
thought he was being an idiot. I don't know.
He made 3 Taylor Swift puns in a row. I'm wondering.
I'm not the only one. Look.
Oh,
See,
okay.
there's people in the chat who didn't clock
Guys,
it.
live under a rock.
Not all of us are obsessed with T Swift.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with her. Those are like fucking everywhere. Everywhere. I was thinking, did he write these jokes, or was there a joke writer for them who thought it was necessary to make Taylor Swift jokes because somebody's name was Taylor? Was Taylor. Like, we got to put.
You know what? I'm gonna give credit to
Nick's brilliance.
I'm gonna say I think he wrote it. Yeah.
So you don't think Bruce Valanche was back there writing these jokes?
Probably not.
No,
probably not.
So we'll see Nick Lachey on the next Hollywood Squares.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Garrett, maybe it was Mario Lopez who wrote it.
Yeah, Mario Lopez wrote it. Garrett has taken Taylor fishing. What they didn't note here was that Taylor had a bandage on her leg in these photos. Did you notice this?
No.
She had a bandage. I wonder if she speared herself by mistake.
She might have.
Garrett did talk about how he goes to dangerous parts of the world and spearfishing can be dangerous. I wonder if she tried to get that mackerel and she unintentionally speared herself,
She might have.
This is an important question. Hopefully we can get them on the podcast and we can our hour-long fishing pod.
Is what it is.
What did you say?
It's an initiation into the marriage.
Yes. Hopefully, when we do our fishing podcast, we can get them on it. We're going to do our birth chart podcast, our fishing podcast.
Yes.
Yes.
Landlocked Colorado is a great place to do a fishing podcast. It really is.
Yeah. Spearfishing, especially.
Yeah, especially.
Tyler and Ashley. Tyler says everything has been great in this marriage. Lots of laughter, lots of growth. I mean, when you're dinks, dual income, no kids, everything is great, right?
Oh my God, it's the best.
When you're not paying that child support that you owe for those twins that you conceived,
you're going to see a lot of gains. A lot of gains.
A lot of gains here when you cut out, when you abandon those kids. Allegedly. Even
but we don't. But you know what? We only want to hear from independent spirits on this show. We don't want to hear from like the moms of the actual kids. Yeah. Just the independent.
Social media can say what they want. Social media. Do we think social media knows better than Ashley?
It's just a bunch of Redditors. It's not like it's the actual moms coming out and saying it.
Do these mothers of these children on social media think they know better than Ashley, who might be being gaslit by Tyler? I don't think so. Callie K asks, guys, do you think who is more info, social media or Ashley? Social media. And obviously, even if the moms weren't there, I'm team social media because it's more fun. You got to root for the more fun side.
I like how they very quickly glazed over the fact that Tyler did lie to her, though, on camera about not having seen the kids before.
Well, they're
like, yeah, but it was just some funny thing because, he just didn't want to do it on camera.
Well, he was lying to the cameras, not to Ashley. Ashley already knew. Well, actually, that part kind of made sense to me because the lie was because he had to think about it for a second, right? He was like, I don't think so. It actually kind of made a little sense. It helped me connect some dots there. Because saying I don't think so is a really weird lie.
It's a really weird lie.
Because if he was fully lying, he would say no. But he said, I don't think so. I'm like, okay, that makes it make a little more sense now. Okay. Vanessa says while you're married on love, when the show ends, before the show airs and you're married, is very crucial. And Ashley says, yes, it is. And they're like, well, yeah, especially, before all the birth certificates came out, and
Yes.
the mother of your children, and the wife of the mother of your children, and Jesse Wu gets involved in Story Time with Ricky, and Reality Ashley, and Reality Alert. All this stuff. All those people are very important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vanessa does bring up the secret family. He says that the family didn't sign up for this, so he wanted to keep them out of it. He said he had a friend that had a wife who left her high and dry. He says Ashley knows all of this. Well, from what we understand is he had a little more than some friendly relations with this friend of his. And according to the wife of his so-called friend, he kind of pushed her out of it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We went deep into this on our Patreon, patreon.com/reality alert. If you want to dig deep with us.
Yeah, because it would take way too long, actually. It's not even just plugging the Patreon, but we are doing that. It would actually just take like a very long time to rehash all this like we have over the past weeks. But we do summarize it faster than a lot of other people have. But Ashley knows all this, and she says she doesn't owe anyone an explanation. He agrees. Garrett says that he has Tyler's back. Ooh, another red flag for Garrett. We have 2 red flags: lying about texts, backing Tyler.
He should only have green flags with all the Shrek, references that he's been doing.
That's true. And if we are getting all this red when there's all that green, that's
getting a little Farquaad-y.
It's getting a little Farquaad-y, Garrett. It's not good.
No bueno.
Wow. Ashley says, this is where she says the insight thing. She says the camera thing. Yeah, so Ashley does say that Tyler is her calmest love, though.
Yeah. So very calm not having kids in the picture, They're always screaming and crying.
This is what stuck out to me, though. Tyler says the best thing about being married to Ashley is the unconditional love. Yeah, she loves you even though you lied to her and you have a secret family. I mean, that's
love.
That's love there.
I tell you what, it doesn't get more unconditional.
She'll let you walk all over her. I mean, that's fucking love, baby.
0 conditions whatsoever.
And her mom approves her, so now we know where she got it from.
Yes
this is learned. This is learned behavior right here. And her mom says she's learning from them. It's like, this is how to really do it. This is how to keep a marriage together. You just really let the guy do whatever. When we cut to these parents and we don't get any additional information from them, I feel like it's when you're watching the Olympics and NBC is doing really bad coverage and they're like, and their mom is in the stands and let's cut to their mom. And their mom is like, I took them to practices and I love them. And you're like, who the fuck cares? I was like, did we learn anything from cutting to Ashley's mom? Can't we get some more Nick and Hannah drama or some shit?
Yeah, not really.
Do we need this? No. All we needed was Marissa's mom. None, or maybe some Fong stuff, but no, we do not need this.
Maybe a little bit of Fong, but Marissa's mom is the main character of the parents. Let's be real.
Yeah, that's it. We don't need some of these other parents. We get AD. Nick points out one of his favorite people is AD. There were no AD signs, though. There were no signs for the reunion this time.
I know. Why not?
I know. It's such a normal thing.
The fans are less passionate than they were last season.
Why were there no trio signs? We love the trio. We love Hannah. Hannah's my favorite member of the trio. We love Katie. We like Marissa too, but her energy is too much. If she would just tone it down a little bit, we'd really love the trio.
We hate punners. We hate punners.
AD great. AD's thriving. They ask her what's going on with her right now. She says she's having a good time. She says she's with someone, but she's keeping it private. Now, I am pretty sure I know who this is, but I can't say it.
It's not Marshall sitting right next to her, right?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
It is
Because that was my first thought was, oh, they're sitting right next to each other. Is this where this is going?
So there are rumors that AD is on the next season of Perfect Match.
Oh.
Now, the person that she has been rumored to be dating through very clear things of people sharing things on Instagram.
Jowsey.
Yeah, it's Harry Jowsey.
Oh, it's always
is
Harry.
Also on Perfect Match.
Okay.
So I'm not going to spoil, potentially the outcome of Perfect Match.
It's not Triple Down Dom, is it?
Yeah, it's Triple Down Dom. They're
putting him back for a third season.
He's triple down.
He's tripling down because he's on the third season now.
No, I'm not going to do it. But I will say that we like this person. So it's not Marshall, and it is somebody from Perfect Match. Yes, it's Shane.
Someone is guessing in the chat that it's Shane. No, Shane is dating someone from the Trust.
Yeah, she's no, they're in a throuple actually.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So it's going to be really, really great for us. I'm really excited for Shane and AD. I think that they'll hit it out.
Ooh, honey, little sassy.
Oh my God, dear Lord.
Does AD like wearing crop tops though? I don't know.
She'll
have to start adding them
she's
to
gonna
her
have
wardrobe.
to. She's gonna have to like it if she's gonna.
Marissa and Ramses. Let's get into this. It was really hard for Marissa to watch her own breakup back because she was like, "Oh my God, my energy is so annoying. I see it.
I cry so much.
Oh my God, I'm so fucking annoying. Oh my God, I break up with me too."
I tell you what, I was ready to press the button rewatching that scene. Let me tell
you. Dude, she totally pressed the button. If she has as much energy as everybody says, like what? In that scene, she was like, "Oh, I'm chill." Like when she had to press the button, she chilled out.
Yeah.
She was zen about the button.
What if she's on an aircraft carrier and they play her that scene right before she has to press the button? You think she's not going to press that button?
Dude, I don't think she just pressed the button. I think she pressed every button and like the ship started spinning around and shit.
Yeah. And just firing every which direction.
I bet they got lost in the ocean and didn't know where to go because like all the nautical instruments got thrown off.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like when it cuts to Marissa's mom and she looks like she just wants to kill Ramses.
I was waiting for her to rush the stage. I was.
Yes.
It would have been fun.
Ramses says what derailed the relationship was the imbalance in their energies and that every day he would feel exhausted and overwhelmed.
No, I don't believe
I
that.
do think that like he doesn't want to say these things, but he just like keeps getting, it's like, well, you guys keep asking me and I don't want to say that I find her annoying. So I don't know how else to say it.
How do I say it in a way that's going to sound okay?
Well, just I thought I loved her. And then one day I woke up and I found her annoying, and I'm not going to say the ick like everybody else says on the show. So I'm just going to say I found her annoying. Our energies.
Energies, yeah.
And everyone's like, that's so offensive. How dare you say that? And it's like, he just found her annoying one day. Yeah. What is like, I find a lot of conversations that Ramses had with her, I didn't like. I don't like some things about Ramses, but what's so bad about not wanting to marry somebody in 3 weeks?
Even the mom said he was right to break up with her. If they're not feeling it, then they're not feeling it.
But then the mom also said it was like, you shouldn't have like misled her. But I'm like, he misled her for like 3 fucking weeks. Yeah. That's like such a short amount of time to realize that like of what's going on in your brain and processing things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like usually when I think about somebody misleading someone, I think about like, oh my God, you misled them for months and you did that. I don't think of like, you were yesing them for 3 weeks.
Look,
how dare you?
They did have very different energies because I think the energy Marissa was coming onto the show with was very naive, and it was, I am going to find the love of my life. They even say as much. The mom even says Marissa really felt like when she comes on the show, she is going to find the one. So like that is like extremely naive to think that you're going to find the one in a 3-week period of time. You know,
No, it's not.
Ramsey's having these doubts is somehow he's being gaslighted into like being this person that's like
He's evil.
he's nuts. He's evil for wanting to end this relationship. I'm sorry, but like, look, Ramsey's he's a douchebag when it comes to a lot of things. Let's get that straight. But for ending the relationship when he's not feeling it, you can't fault him for that.
No,
Come
you
on.
see,
You
she
can't
got
fault
a
him
good
for that.
edit, so he should have married her, even though he didn't want to, even though we think he's a douchebag, because then she wouldn't have cried. That's the logic that I'm seeing on the
we
internet.
don't want her to cry. Well, and it's true. We don't like seeing Marissa cry. We know.
No, I know. But that's the logic is
Yeah.
like when people are mad at him for not marrying her, I'm like, but aren't you happy that she didn't end up with him? Like, why are we mad at
You're
him
a
for
Marissa
ending?
fan. Aren't you happy she didn't marry Ramses?
I don't think he ended things particularly poorly either. Like, it wasn't like he was
No.
mean about it. It could have gone better, but do you guys think it's really easy to like break up with someone? Like, I don't know. I just don't think that was like the douchiest thing he did.
Yeah.
It just didn't clock as mean to me. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I wasn't like, this is the ill-intentioned part.
Side note, did Ramses lose any bit of power or personality or ability of who he was when they cut his rat tail off?
Well, he seemed neutered, but I couldn't tell if it was because Marissa's mom cut off his balls or because he cut off the rat tail.
Or maybe she cut off the rat tail. We don't know.
Oh, so she thinks that like, it was a metaphor when she's talking about the balls. She was talking about the rat
Right,
tail.
maybe it was the tail. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Vanessa asks if Ramses wants to bring up anything. Yeah, he brings up the contraception thing. Marissa already brought up this thing. They were using the Flow app and they're stupid, so we don't need to go into this. They're dumb. That doesn't work.
I mean, what are we doing?
It doesn't work.
I mean, Netflix put a public health card up or something at the end of these things just to let people know.
They actually didn't say like we're using on this. They didn't address it.
Yes, but man, someone needs to do it. I mean, this is getting out of hand.
Well, you just shoot me.
They did it for Amy and Johnny last year.
Amy and Johnny they did, but this time they didn't. They were just like, we found him. I think Ramses was.
Folks, don't use these apps, please.
Yes,
Please.
use these cool apps that don't work. Yes. Let's get to Zach and Bliss. I love that they're like, they have the first Love is Blind baby. And I'm like, wait, their baby somehow came before Alexa and Brennan?
Oh, yeah.
Because I think Alexa and Brennan had like a 12-month pregnancy.
Right. Wasn't Bartiz's before theirs too?
That's not a Love is Blind.
Oh, because it has to be with another Love is Blind.
Yeah, because Jessica's baby came before everyone's, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think, I feel like we're like really good on Love is Blind lore, but I have to be honest, I like really don't care about babies. I just don't care about babies in general.
What about babies dressed in suits?
That is cool.
That was cool,
Boss
right?
babies are cool. You mean like when Jessica's baby came out?
I like babies too. The ones that in the commercials that have the cigar in their mouth and they talk about a product.
Oh, those are cool.
I like that.
But like when Jessica's kid came out, I was like, is the baby going to get in a fight with someone? Like,
no,
what? Like no. The baby contributes no entertainment. Like,
what? But he was in a suit, so we can all laugh and say he's like an adult, but he's a baby.
No, they didn't lean into the bit or anything.
Yeah,
like,
you're right. They should have had like the baby takes out a checkbook and starts like
getting to the age where a lot of people have kids, and like at least if it's like someone I know, it's like Alex Lake. Like I've met his kid, but it's like people who are like, I have a kid now, and then like with no prompting, they show me pictures, and I'm like, I barely know you. I don't like why I have to pretend to think your kid is cute. Like I just really don't care about babies. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not a parent. I don't care about babies. So yeah, that's why. Sorry, everybody. I don't care about your kids. Don't send them to me. Don't care about your fucking kids.
Wow.
That's the tea. That's the tea. I don't care.
Wow.
I did think it was funny how long, how everybody on the internet was like, how long has Alexa been pregnant for? It has lasted too long. Okay. So let's talk about Galileo. They hope the spirit of their daughter would embody Galileo. There's got to be something problematic about Galileo, right? I feel like anytime somebody names their baby after somebody like this, it's like, yeah, Galileo like murdered 40,000, something
Well,
happened.
I just hope it's a situation where he, when he gets to the right age, he can sue Zach and Bliss.
Galileo
I'm sorry.
she.
She.
Wow, you don't care about babies. At least
I really
know.
don't. I really don't. They, whatever. They could sue Zach and Bliss when they get old enough to sue them.
Did you watch the recap of their romance, or did you fast forward?
I said to my wife, who was watching it with me, I said, "Do we really have to relive this again?" And then I fast forwarded it.
Yeah, I skipped it as well. In the comments, did you guys watch this or did you skip it? For us, I'm gonna say
it's nails on a chalkboard for me. You might as well be taking a knife and a fork on a plate and just.
There's no way. I can't stand that guy. I have to say, he was pretty subdued. It was very different than how he writes on Instagram.
Yep.
J-Tina skipped. Let's go. Apparently, they didn't use the real Hope You Dance song. They had to use the cover. They were like, we're not paying the rights for a fucking reunion. Oh,
this is reality TV. We don't spend money on
Josie and Instagram skipped it. Everybody
skipped it.
If we got like a Messica recap and they were like, let's go to her best moments, and they showed her like feeding the dog wine,
that would have been amazing.
Mark, we would have watched that.
You kidding me? That would have been great.
Best of the messiest Messica moments, we would have been all over that. I can't wait for Zach's thing being like, but when we went to the Love is Blind reunion, I cried the whole time because I missed my dogs and Galileo was there. And it was the most beautiful moment of our whole life. And Bliss is baby in my phone because she's my baby too. And tears stroll down my face and blah, blah, fucking blah. Oh my God.
We're going to definitely get like some sort of Instagram story or something from them in the next couple of days of them like dancing on the stage in between like...
Do we think Leanne Rimes really sent them shit, or do we think that they just like made this up? Because there's no way that anybody is actually a fan. I'm convinced that all of their followers are bought. No one can tolerate
they
these
have
people.
to be bots. Has anyone looked into this yet?
Yeah,
it's gotta be bots.
They're bots and they're bought. You know what I'm talking? Like they pay for them and they're robots. Absolutely. It's all fake. And us, because we hate ourselves.
They're bots. BOUGHTS.
Yes, they're both.
My God.
Hannah and Nick. Hannah still wishes that she hadn't ridden the duck. What? She just doesn't want to experience life. Like, I would be like, what does it feel like to have sex with a duck? Like, I just want to know. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm sure Steven would want to know too.
One day I'm going to be on Saturday. One day I'm going to audition for Saturday Night Live. I'm going to get cast and they're going to use that clip. They're going to be like, he wanted to fuck an animal. He wanted to fuck an animal. That's what I always think about things on this podcast. They're like, we're going to get really big. And then they're going to interview somebody on from Love is Blind. And they're going to start sitting around clips of every time we were sarcastic. I'm really excited.
I'm all for it.
I know. I want to get ruined. They're into bestiality. They talked about fucking a duck.
Dirty, dirty dog.
Dirty, dirty dog.
You dirty, dirty dog.
You dirty, dirty duck. More like it.
Would you be
dirty,
mad if I
dirty
kissed a
bowl of
duck?
mac and cheese?
Snuffle has a good question. Why didn't they get the woman from Mexico on Zoom? Kim had a good point. It's not Leanne Rimes. It's Leanne Womack, because that sounds like Leanne Wombat. I got confused because I really
that's
don't
right.
care.
That's right.
I don't care. I'm sorry. But thank you, Kim. That is important. Vanessa asks her, if looking back, she wonders if she was too direct. Hannah says, I'm very direct, very blunt. My delivery is too bad. It sounds like she is a bitch. Okay. It just sounds like it. I just need to chill sometimes. She just needs to chill out. She needs to stop being blunt and she needs to smoke a blunt, Ben. That's what's going on.
But she doesn't regret anything she said at all. Like it's what needed to be said.
You know,
Okay?
it needed to be
That's
said
important to
because
say.
Nick
Yes.
went all Jersey Shore and called her a grenade, and there was nobody to hop on it for him. Okay, he
love
started saying GTL. He started saying T-shirt time. He was like total. You wouldn't
My
know he was from Baltimore.
my only bone to pick with all this is that Nick didn't say this on TV. Like, why didn't we get to hear him calling her a grenade on TV?
Because he was trying to be the most famous person in Love Is Blind history, and he didn't realize that that's what would have made him more famous.
I don't think
didn't
you're
know how
going
to
to beat
go about
Lauren
it.
Hamilton. I just don't, Nick.
I know.
I think it's unreasonable. I really
know.
do.
I know.
Also, what a silly little goal. I want to be the most famous person. I want to be the best punter in the world. It's like the same thing, right? It's like, who cares?
Yeah. It's not even a kicker, like a punter.
Yeah. Like, okay, yeah.
Nick talks about how her friend about being. Hannah says she's self-aware, and you have to have patience with her because she's so direct. Vanessa's like, I don't want to say remorse, but like, do you have remorse? And she's like, nah, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. AD loves it though. She's like, and you look great. Can we talk about how Hannah is a completely different person? Because why aren't we talking about how Hannah it looks completely different? And we're like, because we don't really care. It's not a big. We don't really care.
And she doesn't really seem that different for being.
No, she did a lot of work internally. And externally she's talking about, but she also. I want to know what she's done internally though. What do we think she's done?
Yeah, what are the internal things?
I don't care if people go to therapy or not, but she says she hasn't gone to therapy. So I just want to know, is she doing like workbooks? Is she meditating? I want to know.
Only the guys are supposed to read the books.
Okay? Only the guys need to go to therapy too.
Yes.
The women don't need to.
We need Hannah to be an independent spirit, okay?
Yes. That's important. Hannah does and also I'm guessing I actually don't know who's on Perfect Match, but I'm guessing that it's Hannah
for
and
sure.
AD has become friends.
I'll be upset if she's not. Are you kidding?
Yes. Hannah says she does say I'm sorry for how cruel I am, but then very quickly well, actually, it's funny because Nick says Hannah is fantastic, and you've gotten so much hate, and then she goes, "Then why are you liking all these comments about people hating on me?"
And why are you untagging yourself from Reality Alert's memes that are hating on Hannah? I don't understand.
Yeah, I know. It's like, Nick, we're not making fun of you. We're making fun of Hannah, okay? And we're making fun of you.
We're making fun of him too.
We're making fun of all of you, but we're going to go to Tyler the most, okay?
I mean, it's so easy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
They're just, they're walking targets, Max.
So should we bring up the fact that she went through his notebook? Isn't that like the worst part?
But he went through her list of bad things about him. So
that she left out for him.
That she left out for him, even Stevens.
Yeah, that's right. She should have. Yeah, that's what stood out to me, that she that she saw that. So she found this. I forget what one of them was, but it was to sell 2 homes and be the most famous person on Love Is Blind. He said this was before he was on the show, though. Well, that makes sense. But he was in the process. But he says, I wouldn't tell you I loved you every day if I didn't mean it. But I'm like, that's what somebody who wanted to be famous on Love Is Blind would do.
His intentions of going on the show should not be the focus here. What should be the focus is just how fucking hilarious and embarrassing it is to write that.
Yeah.
I don't understand why that's the focus.
Oh, Kim says it was to get fit.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Well, that's good because because all the women were talking about how he was like small and like not in shape.
Right.
He's so fucking small because all the other guys were like 6 feet tall and he was 5'11". I don't want to out him for being under 6 feet
not according to the markings on his closet door at his house.
Okay? Yeah, he might have been 5'10" when the other guys were 6 feet tall. It's really embarrassing. How dare he? He had a 6-pack and the other guys had 8 packs. It's really embarrassing.
I
He's
heard
up
Nick
it.
didn't go fishing with Garrett because he was afraid that the fish they were catching were going to be bigger than him.
Yeah. I think there's so much to talk about here. Marissa calling him out for going on a reality show to be famous, like everybody else was on this show for genuine love. Hannah was on the show for genuine love. Katie, the person in sports media, your friend, was on the show for genuine love.
The trio would never go on for fame, ever.
No, the people that label their fucking friendship.
The trio is all about love.
The people with an alliance name, all about genuine love. Hannah, totally genuine fucking person. The person who went on the show and immediately quit her job.
Yeah. For love.
Oh, Alta says Ramses rat tails were there for real love. Ramses, there for real love. Tyler, definitely there for real love, not for fame. Yeah.
But not for an excuse.
Yeah, everybody was there for 100%. Nobody there cared about the Instagram followers at all.
Not at all. No.
Nope. God. This is always... where was the other one where people were really shaming people there for being there for... does this happen every...
I feel like season 4 it happened a lot. It was like hypocritical and ironic. People were
it's always
the very couples that were the ones
Zach
who
called people out a lot. He called out like Irina.
He called out Irina, yeah.
And now he's not a lawyer anymore, and he just posts like the worst influencer content of all time. Yeah. No, Shake did do that season 2, and it was hilarious. But Zach also did, and Shake was right. He was like, "Yeah, we all did this to like get famous, right?"
Right. Yeah.
Which is funny because Shake is still a veterinarian, I'm pretty sure. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like he still kept his job, and a lot of them like didn't.
The only day I think he moved his practice to Miami.
What we're trying to say here is we stand with Shake on all.
We don't want to go.
We love Shake.
Go there.
We love Shake. We stand with the boys, right? We stand with men. We side with all the guys.
We don't want to go there.
We're going to tell you all the male comedians we like.
Okay on
Let's talk about our favorite male comedians.
Oh, no.
You can just look at the top 10 podcasts in America. God. We hate all of them.
Yes,
okay.
We do. We really
hate all of them. I'm disgusted. I hate that I podcast. Okay.
For the record, Shake wanted to come on our show, and we said no. I just want to put that out there. Okay?
We did.
We could have had Shake on the show. We said
no. We said no. Maybe we should have. Maybe we should have had him on.
Maybe we're the suckers.
Maybe we should have had him on. I think people would have liked it.
I see a lot of podcasts having a lot of douchebags on their show.
We should have had him on.
Maybe we should have.
We should have had him on. He's a vet.
He's a vet. There's a lot of vets this season too.
I know.
Different kinds.
Okay. Yeah. Nick, so they argue. We learn that Nick is evil. Yeah, it comes to this whole. I think the guys didn't want to reveal. They wanted to stand by Nick with silence. The women speak up for each other. The men stand by each other by not talking and letting the guys just take.
Garrett's just sitting there watching Shrek 2 in his head. He's not even paying attention to this shit.
Yeah. He takes out the earphone and goes, "I don't know what's going on, but this is a very immature conversation." Unlike the conversations that Shrek and Fiona have, where they really hash out their feelings.
They really do. Yep.
Shrek's a very mature ogre.
And me and Taylor have a friendship that's very similar to Donkey and Shrek's. So I make her waffles every morning.
Yes. I do like that Nick on the plane was telling strangers we're here to film a show. No one Love is Blind. I'd be like, no spoilers!
He's knocking on the cockpit door. Excuse me, I have something to tell you. You have very important customers on your flight today. Thank you.
Steven says the grenade thing happened, but not the 5 out of 10 happened. So if there's anybody we can trust, it's Steven. Okay,
I believe him. I do.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Monica says, we have to talk about this, Garrett. We can't move past it. Marissa says, Hannah is being killed on the internet and we must avenge her. This is her learned behavior from her mother. Do you see how I'm analyzing these people? It's really good. This is what other podcasts do, so I'm doing it too.
Yeah, we armchair diagnose.
Yeah, we're armchair diagnosing them. So Nick has to be killed, okay? Hannah's being killed. Nick, this will stop the hatred of Hannah. If we take down Nick, this is what will happen.
That's right. Press that button and kill him.
Did they think that this would make Hannah look better? Because, like, just because...
It just looks catty to me.
It's like, okay, so now we think that Hannah was more insecure because she heard things that Nick maybe didn't think she was attractive. So that means that she should just be really mean to him.
And she admits that she heard it after all the mean things that she had said to Nick.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't get how this justifies like anything.
It doesn't. And it also doesn't surprise me that Nick said those things either, because he was extremely douchey in the pods.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. I'm not like, I was never like, oh, Nick is like the best guy ever. People who go on this TV show, they're all really good people.
Yeah.
We have a track record of really amazing men on this show. Let me list off all of them. You know, Shake. Shake. We get this clip about Katie and Hannah being best friends. We talked about that. Leo and Brittany come out. I was missing them.
I miss them so much. I'm glad Leo could get his time in and issue out all of his apologies.
Yeah, lots of jokes about finances and shit.
He really got off easy, didn't he?
Yeah, I just think it was like so much time has passed since the beginning episodes. I was kind of like,
yeah.
I do like how he
can tell you exactly how much time with the Rolex that he has on his wrist.
He could. I do like how he compared women to steak and pasta, because you see like his true behavior coming through. You know, like he's trying to be like, I'm funny, actually, I'm not that guy, and then he's like, but women, they're either steak or pasta. Yep, that's who I really am. I view women like steak or pasta.
Wow.
That's who I am. And then Steven says he does like being associated with meat, and the joke does not work.
No,
it's like, no, you're actually associated with pasta because we think that's what you stick your dick into Steven.
Yeah.
So
maybe Nick should view women as steak or pasta. Then maybe he would go down on them. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's so many different things you could put your dick inside.
Wow. Leo apologizes to Hannah and talks about his shame. He says he's very delusional. Brittany says that she wasn't uncomfortable with Leo. She was uncomfortable with the cameras and so many eyes on her. I have to say, I want to believe her, but he was like grabbing her neck. Like, how could you not be uncomfortable? I felt so comfortable.
But they did go to Miami right after together. I don't think if she was super uncomfortable with him, she would have.
No, I know, but he was like so weird.
It was a bit much. He was very extra.
Yeah, I'm not saying he was choking or anything. He was
like, oh, you're so fucking hot.
You're so hot. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Like, how could you not be uncomfortable?
Oh, you remind me
of
1700
also, like,
thing, where this woman was painted nude. Oh my god.
he's oh, you're just like fettuccine Alfredo. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Oh, or maybe you're like a steak. I don't know. I can't decide.
Oh, we'll have to chill in Miami. Yeah, I was actually just about to say this. Jenny says in Instagram she went to Miami to make sure he was rich. Yeah, she wasn't comfortable with him, but she was like, he's loaded. I'm going to go. I would do the same thing. Let's go.
Does he have a yacht? Does he not?
I'm not going to have to pay for anything. I get to go to Miami. Okay, let's go.
If he's so rich, then why is he drinking from my drinks? Why is he eating from my food? Why doesn't he get his own? I don't get it.
And also, I want to point out, she says they hung out with her best friend a lot, okay? If she was super comfortable with him, she probably wouldn't have had her best friend going all of the dates with them.
That is funny. But apparently they're best friends now. I don't know.
Well, yeah, they're friends now. She realized that, as long as you're not
They
dating
talk
him,
for an hour every night. Do you believe that? You think
maybe.
it's an hour every night?
I did feel like they did get along in the pods.
That's so
like,
weird.
A lot. Like they connect.
That's so weird that they would talk an hour every night. That's
No,
crazy.
it's cute. They're besties. Brittany is seeing someone. Are we supposed to know who this is?
I don't
Leo
think
is
so.
off the market. Nick,
No, he's on the market. I thought
that's what I meant. He's on the market.
Yes.
It's like an off the wagon, on the wagon type of thing. I get confused.
Right.
Nick says he would have loved to hang out with Leo. He's like, I'm rich too. I have a Rolex. Like, we could talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be an art dealer. We could like both be art dealers, bro. Like, what do you think? We could. He always wants to. I feel like Nick Lachey has no friends. Absolutely no friends.
No.
Why didn't you guys invite
He's
me?
He's like, look, my wife just lost her job. Like, I really need like some art suggestions of what kind of art I should invest in.
Why didn't you guys invite me on the fishing trip? We could be friends. They're like, I don't know, you're like the weird host. You're like 20 years older than us. He's like, yeah, but like it's me, Nick. Like 98 Degrees. They're
Nicky
like,
boy.
We don't like 98. We liked NSYNC. So Noche? Come on.
I dated Jessica Simpson, remember?
Yeah, come on. She was hot. John Mayer dated her too.
They're like, who? What?
What?
You're so old. What?
Steven and Monica, they call him Sir Sleep a lot. He says he got sleep apnea from the test. That's a serious thing, and I don't think they should be joking about sleep tests or sleep apnea, okay?
Yeah.
I want to talk about his like how many boners he had. Like, is he a sex addict? Was he just like popping Viagra? Like, I want to know, like,
yeah,
what
are
going
your
on?
craziest kinks? I want that question.
Yeah, why couldn't we go into what kinks he was talking about?
Please. He doesn't have to out the other person's kinks, but like, why not his own? Let's hear him. That's good TV.
I just want to thank Laura for thanking me for my bold sleep apnea stance. Everyone is.
There's one thing we defend on this show.
It's sleep apnea. Everyone is standing up, like saluting me for my sleep apnea stance. Like this.
It's very dangerous. We've heard it's very dangerous. Okay.
We stand for sleep apnea.
Sleep apnea, and we're anti cycle apps. Okay.
Yeah.
Those are our big two.
We run. That's the only things we stand for. Everything else we sit or sleep for.
Yeah, that's right. Don't say sleep when you're talking about
don't say sleep.
That's offensive. Max, to sleep apnea people. Okay?
Oh my God. I can't believe I said that.
Yeah, that is not okay.
That is true.
Not okay.
We have to put a trigger warning at the beginning for spiders and sleep apnea.
Spiders, sleep apnea. The big two scaries.
Big do. Monica says he shouldn't have gone on the reality show, and he should have had more respect for her than the individual that he ended up texting. But he was a great character, though. Maybe he should have gone on. Maybe this was his destiny.
He should have. He should have outed that other person. Doxed. He should have doxed the Instagram person. That would have been the right thing to do for Monica, because that would have shown more respect for Monica than for her.
Yeah, if yelling at Nick is the right thing for Hannah, then doing the right thing for Monica is doxing this person. Yes.
This person from Instagram. Yes.
Yeah, I think doxing, swatting, all these things are good.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would have made it right.
And fucking ducks, of course. So all these things are good things to do.
Oh, God.
Clip it.
At this point, I don't know if we're talking about Steven or Nick. It's crazy. It's all over.
We're just talking about our personal opinions.
Right.
Yeah. Steven says we went on a date 2 weeks later and I wrote a letter to our parents. Aw.
It wasn't a date.
No, it was a date. I think that they had a picnic.
We went on a romantic getaway.
Romantic. She's like, it wasn't a fucking date. I love that he like says all this shit like she thinks we're gonna believe him, and she's like, it's like, Monica, you don't need to say anything. We don't buy
we don't buy
that he's saying.
We
don't buy it.
Like
we're not you.
We're not you. Yeah, our bar is much lower. We don't believe him for this shit.
Katrina wants to know if I've been charged for the $400 outfit that I mistakenly tried to buy from Steven.
Is that Patreon exclusive?
No, it is Patreon exclusive. People don't know what I'm talking about. If they want to know what I'm talking, it's on the Patreon.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. That's all I can say. Stay tuned.
Find out. You might find out soon.
You might find out soon.
I was wearing this outfit tonight on the show.
I may have. I don't know. Again. Thank you for bringing up something to make people very curious about. They only have to spend $5 to find out about this thing that Steven tricked me into buying.
$400 the amount that he Venmo'd Monica?
Yes, that's what I thought I was joke buying, and then I accidentally may have bought a $400 outfit from Steven on Instagram.
Yeah, yikes.
So Vanessa, so Steven, he keeps saying I apologize, and it feels, and no one wants to listen to me, and no one believes me, so why should I? He says, I totally fucked up. I had a moment of weakness. That is Cheater 101. I had a moment of weakness, and I'll never have another one again. Yikes. Except he's done this before, at least once.
He's weak.
I was a moment of weakness. Just one.
I can't.
It's like when I voted for Trump. I just had a moment of weakness.
It was just a quick little moment of weakness.
I was uneducated that one time, okay? When I voted for Trump, I didn't know. I hit the wrong, my finger slipped.
All those other times I cheated, it was just quick little fleeting moments.
I didn't know.
I fucked up.
She had a heart condition. Her heart rate was slowing down, so I had to arouse her to get it back up. I had to fuck her back to life. The only way to get her heart going was with my boner. The only way. Oh my God.
Are you gonna get your dick sucked by a woman?
Dude, women must be just sliding into his DMs. You know what I'm talking about? It must be crazy.
Like he's sliding into mac and cheese bowls.
Yeah. He said he never deleted these messages because he emotionally conquered a demon already. You didn't delete the messages because you were getting off to them. That's why you didn't delete them. You go back and you get off to them. That's why.
It's pretty obvious.
We're not dumb.
We're not stupid.
We're not Monica.
We're not Monica.
Just because you got one over on her doesn't mean you're going to get one over on us, okay?
Monica, raise that bar. Find someone that'll get you flowers. Come on.
Yeah.
The fetishes weren't necrophilia. We're sleep apnea friendly on this show.
Vanessa brings up that he did bring up cheating in the pods, and Monica was like, yes, you admitted it, so that makes it okay. I love how she says that. She's like, I don't think I had rose-colored glasses. She says it was a really long conversation, and I've dated a lot of cheaters before.
And it's all worked out. It's all worked out, I guess, right?
You've dated a lot of... All right, we got to break that down first.
Yes.
I've dated a lot of cheaters before. So you never noticed a pattern that it didn't work out with all those cheaters before.
Yeah. Wouldn't you be married to one of them if it did work out?
You didn't think maybe I don't date a cheater this time. So that's the first thing. Then she says, and not any one of them had been honest about an indiscretion. So I saw it as a yellow flag. Oh, because this cheater is honest about it.
Honest about it. Yeah.
It's a yellow flag. So why don't we get engaged?
I mean, this is the best she's got on her plate, right?
This is what it is. We should just get engaged. And she says it made me feel. No, but Ben, this is the third thing.
Monica.
It made her feel safe.
Monica, raise the bar.
So she never saw it coming because she felt so safe with him because he admitted to cheating and he said he was in therapy.
Monica.
The bar is
so low.
It's so low it goes through Earth and and to the outer reaches of the universe through outer space.
Oh,
That's how low the bar is.
Monica.
It's so bad.
Monica.
It's so mad.
What are you doing?
Well, do you know what it is? All right. People might be mad at me for saying this. I think she just wanted to be famous. I just think she wanted to be famous. No. Just Nikki D. Just Nikki D, not Monica.
That's Nick.
There's no way this was genuine.
No way.
No, I think it was probably.
Don't look into her manifest journals. Don't do it.
Dude, there's no way. She was
look.
never into this guy. She made up a whole bunch of bullshit. Such bullshit.
Yikes.
Yeah, but that was great. Tim and Alex, like, is this shit even worth talking about? Like,
it's so boring and it's so back and forth.
It's just like, that's why Vanessa's like, can you guys just like yell? It's like, you guys, like, there's nothing.
Like, wrap it up.
It's so much she said. He's going on and on. Then she actually does the same thing in the end. Like, I'm like, I don't.
Interesting enough.
Yeah, I was like,
shit.
The relationship was always just so contentious and boring. I don't like either one of them. Like, I find them both. Yeah, I find them both deeply unpleasant. I just like, I do not like it.
Yeah, I agree. So much so that I'm down to just like not talk about them more on the podcast.
Okay, I have a little bit to talk about, though.
Okay, fine.
I do like how he says there's no animosity. That really stuck out to me.
Yeah, sure, Jan. Sure.
Yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, no animosity here. She said that she said on social media that it would be cleared up at the reunion that she didn't put her hand over his mouth, and that she didn't actually do it. It was just emotion. But it was not cleared up. It seems that it was pretty explicitly stated in the reunion. If anybody had a different interpretation, it seemed that they both said that she put her hand over his mouth.
I don't know why did she say that?
I don't know. In an interview with I don't know if it was Vulture or somebody, she said
I didn't to go to a tape and do a slow motion or something.
She said, I didn't put my hand over his mouth. It was emotion, and me and Tim will both clear this up in the reunion.
So was she expecting there to be like a cuties situation where they show lost footage or something?
I don't know, because they knew there wasn't footage because they were keeping the cameras and the producers out of the room.
Yeah,
I think, and she posted this after the reunion had been filmed.
Yeah.
Maybe she was just talking about like, oh, we're going to say that it was an assault. So then everybody will know, like, I couldn't have put my hand over his mouth. But like, just because we don't view it as
anyone thinks that she assaulted him.
I don't think she assaulted him, but I'm still not cool with like, putting your hand over somebody's mouth. You know what I mean?
There's a difference between like what Monica did with Steven, where she was like, shut up. Emotion with her hands.
Yeah. It doesn't mean that it's like abuse, but I'm
not abuse. No.
Yeah, but I'm and also it's like, but it's still not cool to like put. I would still like if somebody put their hand
super obnoxious and rude. Yeah.
Yeah, but if somebody put their hand over my mouth, I would be like, okay, I would be like, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. Right. Like I would be like I would never touch somebody like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I would be like, that's really not cool. So regardless, if like I don't think it was abuse, but I wouldn't want somebody doing that
unless
to me.
It was a really funny bit, and then I'd be okay
with no, definitely. Yeah.
If it's funny, then I'm good with it.
Yeah, I definitely. He didn't think it was abuse, and she didn't either, and they did agree to that. But I did think it was weird that she was like, "We'll clear it up." It was a hand motion, and I'm like, "Well, it still doesn't seem like it was a hand motion."
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what she thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
Maybe there was something said that didn't make the edit. I don't know.
I have no idea. I just thought this was going to be like more interesting, and then it was just like
so uninteresting. Their whole shtick is so uninteresting.
No, I need the timeline of when she works, when she gets home from the club, when they take naps. I need
nothing
the
more
timeline.
Two people rehashing like
timelines.
Their
and
daily
texts.
timelines. Oh my god, it's so boring.
Who cares?
I was like, let's roll on.
We
Let's
get it. You
move
don't like
on.
each other. Like, why go argue? And I like how Vesta's like, just go argue in private. Like, we don't care. You're boring.
Yes.
Next. And then it was like, you both love your family. It was like, oh, we hate this. I hate this almost as much as I'm bored by babies. Like, who cares? Babies and people loving their family. It's like those boring shit.
Yeah.
No one cares. It's like the least unique thing ever.
It was so boring.
Yes. We do get Messica. She's back. Let's go. Were you happy to see Jessica?
Mean. Yeah, of course I'm happy. Even if she's no longer Messica and she's now Jessica, I'm still happy to see her. I think she is the reason why this show is as popular as it is. I do. People will say it's all Lauren and Cameron. Not true. Messica was a
she really stood out.
huge part of that season.
She fed the dog wine. They did not.
Huge part of that season.
I was like, she's one of our favorite people from season 1. I'm like,
She's literally our number one dream guest for the show.
Yeah, she's our favorite person, but she's not their favorite person. I don't think so.
I don't know.
We meet her husband, Ben. Do you think Ben was named after you?
I think so.
He changed his name after their favorite podcast.
I was gonna say it's a great name. It really
Yes, I thought the same thing. Do we think her son Dax was named after Dax Shepard?
Shepard. Yes, I said that to my wife. I said, "Do you think that she's a big Dax Shepard fan? Does she listen to his podcast?"
Armchair expert, just like us, a couple armchair psychologists.
And then that's when my wife said, "Well, maybe people out there are naming their kids Max and Ben."
Oh, definitely.
Because of our podcast.
Okay, who in the chat right now has named their twins Max and Ben?
Or renamed their kids that are maybe even they could be 12, 13 years old.
Oh my god, for those on audio, we have so many comments coming in. Oh, I did.
Oh my god.
I did. Oh my god, we have like 30 comments.
We have like dozens of Bens and Maxes.
Oh my god, this is not surprising. Wow.
Wow.
I wish I was excited. I wish I was surprised, but I'm not.
I'm not surprised.
It's totally expected.
They are good names. Solid names.
We hear from Marshall and Nancy. Who cares? Marshall doesn't mention.
Someone named their kid Rascal. That's fun.
That's cute.
That's cute
for the Big Rascals. Wow,
Big Rascals.
I feel like we haven't been referring to ourselves as the Big Rascals enough recently. It's been bad.
No.
We dropped it by mistake. We still are though. We're still the
We
Big
still
Rascals.
refer to our patrons as Rascals though.
Yes, but we're the Big Rascals.
We're the Big Rascals. They're just the regular size Rascals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nancy moved to New York City, which is a character in itself.
I know. That's what I thought too. I was like, she's wrapped up in her own romantic entanglement with New York.
Yeah, I know.
She doesn't need a boyfriend right now.
Yeah.
New York accepts her farting in the tub. Okay.
Yeah. Kristen in the comments says she named her firstborn Reality Alert. That's amazing.
Oh my god,
Kristen. Oh.
This is reality. That's like similar to that. This is that woman who leaks the NSA information.
RB asks, were you expecting the dog to come into the stage after the baby? Unfortunately, the dog died last year of alcohol poisoning. So the dog wasn't able
the dog did check into rehab several times through its life, but did relapse several times as well.
Yeah, the dog died of alcohol poisoning. So unfortunately. Can you believe that Garrett won't move to Taylor with Taylor to San Diego?
Why? The zoo. There's the zoo out there.
He is canceled. I cannot believe that he won't move with her.
I did hear though that the panda is returning to the DC zoo.
Oh,
so maybe that's what changed their opinion. Maybe they thought, okay, well, if the panda is going to come out here to the DC zoo, the Smithsonian Zoo, then we don't have to go to San Diego.
Do you think that we can't raise pandas in captivity because we just keep shipping them around the fucking world?
Yeah,
just keep like moving them, and like they don't have time to fuck because we keep putting them in ships and sending them around to all these fucking zoos. That's the problem. I figured it out.
Well, they got sent back because there was the extinction scare, right? That's how I understood it.
Yeah, but
I think all the U.S. pandas got shipped back.
Yeah, but now we're shipping them to DC. Then we're going to ship them somewhere else. That's why I fixed it. Trust me, I know a lot
They're
of the
shipping,
animals.
they're fucking, they're shipping, they're fucking.
Yeah, that's the reason.
It's a lot.
But they went back for like not that long. Like, did they fix everything when they went back?
They must have.
I don't understand what's happening.
It must
with
have been one
pandas.
big panda orgy, I think.
You know, if Garrett and Taylor went back, they could have reported back to us and let us know. But they're not going to San Diego because Garrett isn't a good husband.
No. Yeah,
he's not a good husband.
The fishing just ain't the same in San Diego.
This is the third red flag.
Wow.
He didn't move with her to San Diego. He didn't abandon his family. He's friends with Tyler, so he should support abandoning your family.
He said, I'm not gonna leave my swamp. This is my swamp. Donkey.
That sounds just like Shrek.
That was really bad, wasn't it?
That was good.
Letters.
Yeah, that's good. We get this awesome footage of Garrett and Taylor traveling, which I totally paid attention to. We learned that Garrett grew his hair by himself. Taylor did not put chia pet seeds in his hair. He did it all by himself.
Good for him.
Tyler, so they say that Tyler hasn't gotten her name tattooed yet, but Tyler said, if I remember correctly, he was going to get a lioness tattooed on his chest next to his lion. So now he's backing out of that too, but are we surprised?
He has to laser remove the lion cubs first before he can do the lioness.
Yeah, the two lion twins.
There's two lion
and
cubs.
The slightly older lion. Yeah, he has to get those removed to fit in the lioness.
So once he gets those laser removed, then he'll add it.
Yes. Season 8 is coming out. It's going to be in Minneapolis. Three of the cast members were there, and they were like,
Twin Cities. Do you think we'll get our first twins on the show?
No, that's going to be in about 18 years when Tyler's secret kids go.
Oh, no. Oh, I teed you up so good for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you hear they were like, oh, don't you know we're going to be on Love is Blind in Minnesota?
Yeah.
In Fargo.
Don't you know it?
Yeah, it's going to be cool. This felt very Bachelor reunion, where sometimes they'll have like the people come out who are going to be on the next season, and they ride in on like horses and shit.
Why didn't they should have started like shaming them already even before we've seen all that stuff.
These fuckers are on here just for things. Fuck you.
These are the guys. Start hating them now.
Yeah. This is for Hannah. We have to dox you. Their address is 143 Main Street, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Jessica. So first of all, this person has a great comment. Anna in the chat says, I don't think Jessica understands how the show works. She seems to think they hadn't already filmed. Well, Jessica was very drunk, so she didn't really know what was going on.
Her dog died. Okay, give him her.
Yeah. Second of all, how much did they have to pay her to like be like, yeah, Love is Blind is great. It taught me so much. Girl, you don't remember filming Love is Blind. You were blackout.
Yeah,
you learned shit.
It's all a blur, I think.
I learned so much about love. What?
It's a blur.
It's a blur. You didn't learn shit. No Ultimatum trailer. We've seen articles saying the Ultimatum is coming out in December. That's soon. No Ultimatum trailer?
I guess not.
Okay, we have a couple things. We do have a voicemail coming up that we received, but we also have
good.
We also have to talk about. We have never received so many messages.
Oh my god, so many corrections
about us being stupid. So in our finale podcast,
and let this set the record straight so that we don't get any more messages. Right?
Yes. I mean, if you guys want to message us, you can. That's fine. I don't care. It's great.
But corrections, I mean. We have been schooled. We've been
No, they can keep doing it. It's fine. It's funny.
All right. Go ahead.
All right. I love to hear from the people. So, in the finale podcast, we played this soundbite from it was Tyler and Ashley's wedding. And we thought, where is this from? We did not understand it, but we did think it was, amazing. We loved it, but we did not get it.
I's married now.
I's married now. We were like, what does that mean?
And we spent a good 10 minutes just racking our brains.
Because when I heard it, I was like, that's amazing. We have something to talk about now in the finale episode. And now our recap won't be 15 minutes long. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we have never received, as we said, we never received so many messages because apparently this is a line from The Color Purple. That gets shouted a lot at black weddings, and we had no idea. So just want everybody to know we have received your messages. I think we responded to most of them. And those of you who didn't send us messages, we have been informed. Thank you. We will be watching The Color Purple, probably. Thank you.
Yes.
I just also want to say the messages were great because everybody was just like,
so nice about it.
So nice about it.
And just totally laughing at us.
Totally laughing at us. It was great. It was great to be roasted back, too.
Oh,
like a great way. Good. It was so funny. Oh,
also,
so good.
Apparently the TV mounting thing is a Vanderpump Rules reference.
Oh, yeah. We got that one, too.
There was another one, too.
Yes.
I can't remember. We've been corrected a lot this week.
Yes.
A lot.
We got another comment saying, have you noticed how close AD and Marsha were? I'm telling you guys, it is not Marshall. That's not the person. It is somebody else that was on Perfect Match that she's rumored to be with, but I'm not going to say who because I don't want to potentially spoil Perfect Match. If you want to go into the Patreon, we can talk about it.
On Patreon.
We're going to talk about it on Patreon.com/realityalert, and I'll talk about it at the end of the Patreon episode so we don't
Google it. Just go
spoil
to
people. Patreon.com/realityalert, only $5 a month. We're going to talk about one more thing because we did get a voicemail recently. I edited it down a little bit because we talked about some of the stuff in the beginning of it, but this was good.
They were talking about the cameras, like we're missing a lot of scenes. And as far as I remember, in the Mexico season, they have cameras in the rooms, like in the corners. There's a couple, Karen and the other guy, where they're fighting and then they have sex, and it's all recorded. So I'm like, isn't there could be cameras in the room, installed in the room, so we could see all the fights. So are there different rules in the States, or what's it like? Also,
so I don't think it's a rules thing in the States. It just depends on the show, because when you watch things like The Ultimatum, they often do have cameras in the rooms sometimes, like we saw on The Ultimatum Queer Love, right?
I do remember in Mexico they did have like a mounted camera in the room. It wasn't like there was a guy with a camera on his shoulder in the room.
But on certain reality shows, they do have mounted cameras. It just depends on
Big Brother,
production.
Probably the biggest one.
And sometimes depends on like what building they're in, if they allow them to mount the cameras.
Right. I mean, if they're shooting at someone else's resort, like, are they going to really have the ability to mount a bunch of cameras in their hotel rooms? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, in some of the shows they do, like in Mexico, they did let them have mounted cameras. I'm talking about in the resort in Mexico on Love is Blind Mexico.
Yeah.
So it kind of just depends on like, sometimes it depends on like the different production team covering each one, like what they're willing to do.
Yeah.
I really like the second part of this voicemail though.
One last thing, for me, it's very funny to see between the clips when they are filming sort of a little bit of the cities where they're located. They always show roads in the States. You have to notice it. Pay attention. There's always cars. Like, I've never been to DC. I want to see what DC looks like. There's so much cars. So you guys in the States, you obviously love your cars. Okay. Anyway, have a good week. Looking forward to the recap. Bye.
So true.
It is so true, especially so DC does have some public transportation, but it has like the Beltway.
They have a great public transportation.
They do, but it has so much car traffic, and it has like the Beltway going around it. And DC is infamous, and I've been stuck in it for like being a really bad traffic city.
I've never driven in DC. I've only taken the train down there, but
it's really bad. Even if you're like driving down south and you go that way, like if you go through certain times, like you're just going to get stuck in DC. It's one of like the worst traffic cities. I think Marissa even talks about it because she has to commute to Baltimore. It's not as like infamous as like LA traffic, but like New Jersey traffic's really bad. LA traffic is bad. DC traffic is bad. I'm not sure what the other big.
Boston is pretty bad.
Boston is bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's gotten better since the big dig is finished. But yeah, we do love our cars, and we have shitty infrastructure. So yeah, we do love cars.
A little too much. Yeah.
Kristen says it's the Gettysburg traffic that will really get you. Yeah, right outside of DC. It's terrible.
That was the other correction. Was Gettysburg. We fucked that up too.
They should.
We had one message saying people were screaming in their car.
They should have still gotten married in Gettysburg. I do not take that back. They could have gone to PA. There's no reason that they shouldn't have gone Gettysburg. There was they got married in DC, and there was no Americana shit going on. They didn't go to the Smithsonian. They didn't go to the Air and Space Museum.
Lincoln's Lap would be the perfect.
Lincoln's Lap. No memorials. No cool DC shit. It could have been filmed literally fucking anywhere. What was the point?
Office.
Yeah, why didn't they go to the Oval Office?
Come on.
There could have been so much shit going on. I was so ready.
I know.
It's very upsetting.
Hopefully, we'll have some marriages in the Mall of America next season in Minneapolis.
Please.
At the Mr. Beast Burger.
They gotta. Well, this was a fun reunion to talk about overall. I think we've definitely had way more saucy reunions. I gotta go back to live at some point. I love the live reunion.
Please do the live.
So what? You had some technical difficulties. They do plenty of live things now. Figure it out. Yeah. Just figure it out.
If you can do Chris Rock live, you can do this live. Come on.
This one felt like a live reunion in that I felt like a lot of shit could have been edited out.
I know.
It could have been an hour. So I felt like it was live.
And I'll be honest, I did watch the story time with Ricky that was sort of spoilery, saying what was going to be on the reunion before the reunion. They kept most everything in. What he had said. So
that's what it felt like. I was like, ooh, they didn't have a lot of stuff to work with, because otherwise Tim and Alex would have been a lot shorter.
Yeah. Well, they had to fill the time that they didn't use to question Tyler more, I think.
Yeah. I just heard fireworks. I'm pretty sure the Dodgers just won the World Series. That's depressing.
Oh,
boo.
No. Yep.
I'm just going to guess.
7-6 Dodgers.
Oh, that sucks. Oh. Okay. Well, anyway, let's focus on the good things for now.
Oh.
No, Ben, we got to focus on the good things.
No.
The good thing is that this has been Katrina, shut the fuck up. You're banned. You're banned from Reality Alert Instagram.
Oh, no. Did she say go Dodgers?
I'm going to block her. All right.
No.
Anyway, I had an amazing time recapping.
You're already getting condolence messages in our sports threads on text.
Shout out to Maria, girlfriend Maria. She's in the chat. Oh, she said no comment. That came in a little slower. Sorry. I just want to say I had a great time recapping Love is Blind season 7 with you,
What
Ben,
a horrible way for you to
always
find
do.
out fireworks during the podcast.
I know, but that's life. Anyway, I had a great time recapping Love is Blind season 7 as always. Did you have a good time?
I did.
And
fuck the Dodgers.
Fuck the Dodgers, right?
Go Yankees, go Rockies.
Go Yankees, go Rockies. Go dock somebody on Love is Blind, right? Find out where they live and get them for Hannah. For Hannah. We got to avenge Hannah for Marissa, for the trio.
It has to be even.
We ride for the trio at dawn. For the trio.
All right.
We will be back on Monday to do the we're going to go through all the social media. I'm sure there's a lot of shit already coming out right now just from all these messy individuals, and they can finally talk about their relationships, because they did have a gag order until now. Steven, I'm sure, loves anything.
He loves gag orders.
He loves gag orders and all that shit. And once again, thank you so much. I'm sure we will find stuff to recap on the main feed or stuff to talk about until the ultimatum comes out in December. Thank you for joining us this season. Always fun. We love Love is Blind. Stick around, we cover tons of fun stuff. It's just as fun. Just as much fun to listen to. Subscribe to us on YouTube. It really helps. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/realityalert. Twitter, leave us a 5-star review. That helps too, and rate something. We would really appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you so much, everybody. This has been a fun season.
Yes. Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.
It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your 2 best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's Reality Alert.